Breaking news, you're looking at video of one of the last times Oscar winner Jean Hackman, a known recluse in recent years, was seen in public.
As well known as Jean Hackman was, neighbors tell us that he and his wife led intensely private lives here in Santa Fe, their longtime home. And while we've been learning more about this case, there is still so much we don't know.
Oh my goodness. Have you heard what happened at Jean Hackman's mansion? This isn't just another celebrity story, it's an absolute bombshell that has Hollywood completely shaken. The beloved actor we all adored from The French Connection, Unforgiven, and Superman was found lifeless alongside his wife Betsy Arakawa in their secluded New Mexico home. But trust me, that's just the beginning. What investigators found when they arrived has everyone gasping. What seemed like a peaceful passing has turned into something far more mysterious. What secrets were hiding behind those mansion walls? I'm literally getting chills.
And here in Santa Fe, Sheriff's Department officials here working behind me have yet another high-profile case on their hands. Aaron, you and I covered at length the Alec Baldwin case, that fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust. This is the same investigative team that worked that.
The drama began when two maintenance workers arrived at Hackman's stunning Santa Fe property for what should have been a routine visit. What they found was absolutely horrifying. The front door was wide open, so creepy, right? Stepping inside, they discovered the lifeless bodies of Hackman and his wife in separate rooms of the house. The scene was just devastating. Hackman collapsed near the kitchen beside his cane and sunglasses, while Betsy was on the bathroom floor surrounded by scattered pills and an overturned space heater. One of their dogs was found unresponsive in a crate while two others wandered the property unharmed. I can't even imagine discovering something so heartbreaking. The news sent absolute shockwaves through Santa Fe and left Hollywood in tears. At first, authorities thought they had it figured out: carbon monoxide poisoning. Makes sense, right? Those deadly fumes from heating systems can be so sneaky, especially in older homes. But then came the shocking twist. Tests completely debunked that theory. The gas company found zero leaks, and fire officials confirmed there wasn't a trace of carbon monoxide anywhere. This revelation threw investigators into total chaos. How could two seemingly healthy people pass away simultaneously in different parts of the house with no obvious cause? It's absolutely mind-boggling.
But they've clearly been for several days, and I'm saying days plural, in order to get that kind of mummification. One of the ways of figuring this out, obviously, is from the scene investigation to find out when did they last pick up the mail, when did they last check in with relatives, phone calls, those kind of things, because people generally will communicate with others during the course of their time.
But wait, it gets even more disturbing. The bodies showed signs of significant decay, suggesting they'd been there for quite some time before being discovered. Some described them as appearing almost mummified. I'm seriously getting goosebumps. Investigators noted that the dry New Mexico air combined with heating inside could have accelerated the process, but the timeline is still baffling. Hackman's pacemaker recorded its last activity on February 17th, indicating he'd been lifeless for at least 9 days before anyone found him. Could this timeline hold the key to what really happened? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Was a dog who was alive in the house and a dog also that belonged to them who was outside the house.
Right, but the door being ajar means, what Judy describes, which is they could have been there 10 days or 2 weeks, meant that the dogs could have had access to come in and out of that doorway. They might have had access to food and to water.
As detectives worked to piece together what happened, they couldn't ignore the small but chilling details that hint at something unusual. Why was the front door left open? Was it a desperate cry for help, or had someone else been there? And those scattered pills near Betsy, were they part of a medical emergency or something more deliberate? These questions have even seasoned detectives completely stumped, with one remarking, "In all my years, I've never seen a case quite like this." Meanwhile, fans everywhere are devastated. Hackman, one of Hollywood's greatest talents, was known for his private, down-to-earth lifestyle after retiring in 2004. He spent his later years writing novels, painting, and enjoying Santa Fe with Betsy by his side. They were beloved for their generosity and kindness, always helping local businesses while avoiding the spotlight. The mysterious circumstances of their passing feel completely at odds with the beautiful life they led, which makes this whole situation even more heartbreaking.
As Hollywood gets ready to honor its best at the Academy Awards this weekend, there are still unanswered questions about the of two-time Oscar winner Jean Hackman and his wife. The couple was found this week in their New Mexico home. On Friday, investigators ruled out carbon monoxide poisoning and revealed other clues that may lead them to determine what did happen.
Hollywood is absolutely shattered by this loss. Tributes are pouring in nonstop from fans and fellow actors sharing their precious memories of Hackman's incredible talent and warmth. Gwyneth Paltrow, who worked with him on the Royal Tenenbaums, posted a tear-jerking tribute calling him a true legend and sharing a nostalgic photo that had me sobbing. Clint Eastwood released an emotional statement saying, "Gene was not only one of the most talented actors I've ever worked with, but a dear friend. His loss leaves a void that can never be filled." Hackman's family is understandably devastated. His daughter Leslie described him as being in remarkably good health for his age, regularly practicing Pilates and yoga. She expressed such heartfelt gratitude for Betsy, who kept Hackman active and healthy. They had a beautiful partnership, she said in a statement that brought tears to my eyes. Betsy took such good care of him, I can't believe they're both gone. Adding to the mystery, Leslie and her sister Elizabeth have speculated that toxic fumes could still be a factor, despite the negative carbon monoxide tests. Could another environmental hazard have been lurking undetected? These theories have sent social media into a complete frenzy, with everyone sharing their own ideas about what might have happened.
Much of the investigation is happening just up this road behind Gates and a guard in an affluent neighborhood where homes are separated by acres of land. That's where Hackman and his wife chose to live, decidedly secluded.
As the investigation continues, authorities are examining every aspect of their lives. From medical records to phone data, nothing is being overlooked. They've even seized a 2025 monthly planner and 2 cell phones, desperately hoping to reconstruct the couple's final days. But so far, no clear answers have emerged. Toxicology reports, which could provide crucial insights, are still pending and might take months to complete. Despite the lack of evidence, theories are spreading like wildfire. Some believe they succumbed to a shared medical crisis like dehydration or sudden illness. Others wonder if one suffered a tragic accident and the other, unable to cope, followed soon after. There's even speculation about their dogs. How did 2 survive while the third didn't? Could the pets hold the clue to what happened? Then there's the possibility of foul play, a theory that hasn't been completely ruled out. That open front door has many wondering if someone else was involved, though investigators found no signs of forced entry or struggle. Could someone have had a key? Or is the open door just a red herring in an already baffling case? The suspense is killing me. One thing is certain, this story is far from over. The combination of their celebrity status, the strange details, and the complete lack of answers has created the perfect storm of speculation. As we all wait for the next piece of this puzzle, I can't help wondering what really happened inside that house. Will we ever know the truth? The mysterious circumstances have only deepened as new details emerge. The quiet, private life they built in Santa Fe now stands in stark contrast to the whirlwind of rumors surrounding their final days. What truly happened? Could the answers lie in those strange clues or within their lives away from the Hollywood spotlight? I'm absolutely dying to know.
Have investigators been able to get into the obtained cell phones?
Not at this time. We have them in our possession. We'll be analyzing cell phone data, phone calls, text messages, events, photos in the cell phone to try to piece a timeline together.
The most baffling element has to be how and where they were found. Jean Hackman, known for playing tough, unshakable characters, was discovered near the back of the house, collapsed beside his cane and sunglasses. It's such a haunting image, especially for someone who, even at 95, was described as being full of life. Betsy was found on the bathroom floor at the opposite end of the home, surrounded by those scattered pills and an overturned heater. The scene raises so many questions. Were they trying to reach each other in their final moments? Was Betsy attempting to call for help? Or did something completely different happen that we haven't considered? The timeline is just as confusing. Hackman's pacemaker shows his last activity was February 17th, nearly 10 days before they were found. But Betsy's condition suggested she might not have been gone as long. This has everyone wondering, did one pass first, leaving the other alone and distressed? If so, why wasn't help called? And what about those scattered pills? Were they connected to a medical emergency or just coincidence? Investigators are desperately trying to piece it all together, and I'm checking for updates literally every hour. That open front door is driving everyone crazy with theories. The workers who made the devastating discovery noted the door was ajar, highly unusual for such a private couple. Was it a desperate cry for help, or does it suggest someone else was there? Despite no evidence of forced entry or struggle, this detail remains one of the most chilling aspects of the whole case. Was a third party involved? If so, who were they? And why has absolutely no trace of them been found? The mystery deepens. The house itself offers few clues. Authorities described it as largely undisturbed with no signs of robbery. Yet those scattered pills, the overturned heater, and the strange placement of the bodies create a scene that just doesn't add up. One insider reportedly said the case is like something out of a movie script, ironic considering Hackman's legendary film career. And what about their beloved pets? One dog found lifeless while the other 2 survived is yet another puzzling detail.
On Wednesday, February 26, 2025, at approximately 1:45 p.m., Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to 1425 Old Sunset Trail, where Jean Hackman, 95, and his wife Betsy Arakawa, 65, and a dog were found deceased.
How did these animals manage without food or water for so long? Some wonder if someone had been caring for them during that time. Could this point to someone else being involved, or did the dogs somehow find a way to survive on their own? The condition of the surviving pets might hold crucial clues, but nothing definitive has been revealed yet. Everyone's also talking about the couple's health and lifestyle before this tragedy. By all accounts, Hackman was in amazing shape for his age. His daughter described him as active, regularly doing Pilates and yoga. Betsy, a talented pianist, was devoted to her husband's well-being, always ensuring he stayed healthy and happy. Friends described them as vibrant and engaged with life. So So what could have possibly caused such a sudden and unexpected turn of events? It's absolutely mystifying. Some think an environmental factor might be to blame. Despite negative carbon monoxide tests, another toxin or hazard could have been present. Investigators are exploring everything from mold to chemical exposure, desperately searching for answers. The couple's medical records have also been seized, with authorities combing through for any signs of underlying conditions. Meanwhile, public fascination shows no signs of slowing down.
From this search warrant, there were 2 green in color cell phones, 2 bottles of medication, 1 bottle of over-the-counter Tylenol, my request medical records, and a 2025 monthly planner calendar. Those items were secured from the residence for evidentiary purposes.
Fans and amateur sleuths are flooding social media with theories, some even analyzing Hackman's past interviews for clues. A conversation from 2009 has resurfaced where he discussed retiring, saying, "The business for me is very stressful. I don't have many fears, but I do worry about dying, especially as I grow older." Could his words hold some hidden insight into his final days? It's absolutely haunting. Celebrity tributes continue painting a picture of Hackman as both a legendary actor and a deeply private person. Clint Eastwood called him an artist in every sense of the word, while Morgan Freeman described him as one of the finest actors I've ever had the privilege of working with. These heartfelt words make the mysterious circumstances even more poignant. I honestly can't stop thinking about it. Even those who knew them personally are completely shocked. Jesse Kessler, the contractor who made that fateful 911 call, described the couple as kind-hearted and generous.
It's weird because I knew a lot of them, so they weren't intimidating. Meeting Jean Hackman the first time, was like, but then finding out he was so funny, that was a great thing. You know, when I saw him, he did that speech in Birdcage where he just says that thing about, and the leaves, and at that point you just slowly nod off. But he did it so, it's a hard thing to make boring hysterical. And he did it. Yeah. And he did it perfectly,
Saying he never noticed anything unusual before the tragedy. Another friend, Doug Lanham, shared a sweet memory of Hackman playfully paying off a bet in pennies, showing his wonderful humor and down-to-earth nature. These stories only deepen the sense of loss felt by everyone who knew them and the millions of fans who admired Hackman's work. It's just devastating. As we anxiously await toxicology reports and further updates, the mystery continues to captivate everyone. Each new detail raises more questions than answers, leaving us all desperate for clarity. Was this a tragic accident, a deliberate act, or something even more unexpected? Will we ever know the full story of what happened in that quiet Santa Fe home?
What was it like being on the set with Jean Hackman?
Well, Jean, people ask all the time, who's the best actor, who's the biggest star, who's the blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. The line's long for the great actors I've been able to work with, it really is. But I would say probably Jean was the best actor that I'd ever worked with.
For now, all we can do is remember the incredible legacy of a man who brought so many unforgettable characters to life. Hackman's ability to transform himself on screen was absolutely unmatched, a legacy that will endure even as the circumstances of his final days remain shrouded in mystery. This story is far from over, and as more details emerge, we can only hope the truth will finally come to light, bringing closure to a case that has the entire world talking. The mysterious passing of Jean Hackman and Betsy Arakawa has left us all with so many unanswered questions. Could an environmental factor have played a role, or was it just a tragic coincidence? And that open front door, was it a desperate cry for help, or something more sinister? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. Let us know what you think really happened in that Santa Fe home. Until next time, stay curious and keep the conversation going. Goodbye.